Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of My Garage. We're back here with a brand new update to this game, and a couple of things have changed. My wheels are now not very shiny. My spanner is, so it's not the weird graphics glitch, but the wheels are not as shiny as they once were, which is disappointing. But we now have new game mechanics altogether, mainly centered around paint, so we are going to have a look at paint today. As you can see, it's not very pretty anymore, but we are going to basically get this car into a primer. But before that, we're going to this car doesn't have a handbrake. We are going to grab our spanner first of all. Let's get these seats out. And if you wonder where the money came from, I did a quick junkyard job off camera, nothing special. It was another Neve. Bought it, did a rust repair, did a paint repair, and sold it. It was actually more or less the exact same as the last one we did on camera. So I didn't feel the need to put that in a video because it's, like I said, exactly the same as we did before. Let's switch over to the screwdriver and get these back seats out. Hopefully we've taken the interior out as well. We will find where this little bit of rust we have left is. It's right there. That wing is dead. That's what it is. We need a new wing. That is one of the other features. You get rust holes. So we do need to change that front wing. Is there any other holes around the car? Wouldn't appear so. That's absolutely fine. How are these held on? With screws. Let's get both of these off as well. Again, don't worry about this. I'm actually more worried about the fact that the floor looks quite badly damaged. Hopefully it's not, but it does look it. Let's see about getting this mirror off of here. Mirrors always do weird things, and they hold the headliner on, so wherever it's went, it's there, flying about. That can all just go away. It's over there now. Don't know how that happened. And now I want to get the dashboard off. It's done a little bit different with this car. Most other cars have the screws on this edge piece here. This car has the 4 of them up by the windscreen. There we are. We're going to replace all of this as well. It looks like that whole wiper assembly is dead as well, so let's switch back to the spanner and pull out some of these components here. Gear stick being one of them. It should pop off. No, come on. There we are. This whole area here looks damaged as well. I have to check over this with the hammer, but for now we're just going to basically be throwing things out of the car. Just like so. I think that's now everything out. Possibly that rear panel there. Let's check with the pry tool. No, maybe there's not a panel there. Let's grab the hammer, which now looks a little strange under this new update. This is going to be very loud, just to let you know. Yeah, something's not quite right at the front here, but we'll not worry about that too much. I had a feeling this boot floor was a bit messed up. Can't tell what I'm supposed to be clicking on there. I think it's the wheel arch. Or possibly not. Maybe it's this panel here. Yeah, it was that panel there. Do the same at the front here. And see if any of this is out of shape. Doesn't appear to be, so let's just get some of this stuff out of the way. We will deal with all of this at another time. But for now, just having it not all around the car would make me much happier. I should still have some mods should still work. Some of them don't, like you'll see the paint booth is gone. Apparently there's 2 headliners. Interesting. Not want to think about that too terribly much. Don't know why there's 2, unless one of them is the new one. That's a big pile of scrap there. Yeah, let's take our way through some of this. Let's see if this panel actually attaches. It does indeed. That's quite cool. Didn't know that panel was missing. I can just force my way through here a little bit. I like that panel. All of these parts that are in there, and a few more, will be put on the car. It's basically a whole new interior. From the catalogue, the interiors are unfortunately just in black. Or brown. Some of the cars they have them brown, but for this car it's all in black. A coloured interior would be nice, maybe a nice red interior would be lovely, and that is possible, but not from the catalogue, so we'll maybe see about doing something like that in the future. There's the new headliner. There's a carpet. Other various panels. What is this piece? That's part of the dashboard. That. I need that. That's one of the things I'm looking for. New pedal box. Of course, we're going to need a new wiper motor and arms and things as well. So let's see if we can find that. Don't think it'll be in here. Doesn't look like it. The easy way to find it would be to just type it in. Those 3 there. Let's start with the motor, because it was damaged on the other one. I'm not sure what I opened there. I also can't tell if we have a windscreen. I think we do. Yeah, we do. Let's get the wiper arms put on as well, and then we can get the dashboard in. There we are. And then this one as well. The car doesn't roll away on us. I think the next thing I want to put in is the carpet. Which doesn't look like it adds much, but it definitely does. I think we will go for... We'll get the gear stick put in, because we know it takes bolts to put it in. Exactly how these parts came out is how they go back in. With the exception of the handbrake, which was never there, it's this part here that holds the handbrake on. And it's held in with screws. Possibly only the two. Seems to be, because the handbrake is now working. Let's go for a nice new dashboard. Just like before, the screws are on the back of the dashboard. And then one more around this side. Let's see, what other parts do we have here? What is this? Center console. Let's put that in now that we've got the dashboard in. I would assume this goes in with screws, but I don't actually know. Right there. And I'm probably going to have to go across to the other side to get this one. It's looking thoroughly like a dashboard, and it has cup holders. Always good. A mirror. Let's get the binnacle in. An ever important part of the dashboard. This just exists in there. No screws or bolts required for that one. I'm missing the glove box though. Let's go for this part next. Turn off push mode as well. Don't know why that's on. Turn our headlamp on as we're starting to lose the daylight. It's 3 PM, not particularly late, but late enough. There we are. And then we'll go for the headliner and the new mirror. Just like so, if I can just, there we are. I think you can get sun visors for the convertibles, but that kind of seems like a really stupid idea. Don't know why you'd want sun visors when you don't have a roof. Maybe that's just me. I also find that the interior that you get from the catalogue looks like plastic. It's a very plasticky texture. Let's go for seats next. The glove box actually is already in this car. I don't think it's functional though. It's good to know. Usually you have to put the glove box on separately. And here's a fun fact, in case you didn't know, if you hold down control and use your mouse wheel, you can control just how much up and down movement you have. It's a very nifty thing to know. Took me a little while to figure that one out. I admittedly don't use it too terribly often, but like in this situation, very handy. I can just get the right angle to see what I'm wanting to see. Right there. There we are. I just have door cards to put on. But before we do that, let's try and work out how this comes off. This is not a good look. I think it's screws. So this is a window regulator we're trying to remove here. There we are, and then there should be another one up here somewhere. Come on, I can see it. There we are. Is it just the two, or is there another one here? I expected that to just fall off at this point. Very curious as to why it isn't. There is three. There we are. And that's very thoroughly dead, so into the scrap pile it goes. Let's get that button closed, don't need it open. And there isn't one on this side, which is nice and handy. So let's get some window regulators and windows put into this. Those are the ones that we're after. Let's get these windows moved slightly. Start with this one. And just like how we took it off, preferably without hitting myself in the face with the door. Change the DPI on my mouse, and I'm still getting used to it. It's a bit of a learning curve because I've been using the same DPI mouse for years, and then just today decided to change it randomly for no particular reason other than I wanted to. So there we are, that's that. Let's see what holds the windows in. Looks like it's more screws. You don't have to do this at this point. You can put the door cards on and then put the windows and things in later, but it's much easier to do it this way. And let's grab these. Now before we shut the door, there's one more thing we need to put on, but get the other door card put on first. Like so. That's all the parts gone from here. Now let's grab some, let's go into accessories, I think. Grab a couple of mirrors. Come on, there we are. That really completes the car. That's the same, from the same body kit as the rest of the body kit, so that ties everything together and really helps the car feel more complete. Well, let's get this wing replaced as well, and then let's have a look at some new features. There are quite a few features, but I'm going to focus mainly on the bodywork ones for now. Now, I don't know if this wing is dead or if that can be repaired or not, but in fact, I'm going to take it over here and leave it there because I'm going to pull that trim off of it. So we go into body, we're looking for the front left wing. Another 150 quid there. That is not the right one. It's a wide body panel. Very cool. Not what I want. That's what I want. They've also changed the colour grading, I've noticed as well, on a lot of the things in this game. Which is, it took some getting used to, if I'm being honest. The update came literally about 20 minutes after I recorded yesterday's episode, so I've had a bit of time to play about with the new things on another save I've got, but I haven't learned everything yet. So if you know more about this update than I do, let me know in the comments down below. Very cool. Let's have a look at this. We still have rust apparently, which I'm wondering if it's that I'm looking at right there, because the rest of the bonnet is blue and that bit is not. I'd be surprised if that's what it was, but you never know. No, it was not. I don't see any other bits of rust anywhere else, so we'll just roll with it and hopefully it comes back. But let's have a look at some new features. First of all, it's quite late at night and the sun is down, so let's skip to 10 o'clock the next day. We'll run across the road, refill our food and thirst bars, and we need to buy something over here anyway. Was a talented shopkeeper. There we are, completely full, and let's get this white disc there. That's insanely bright. The color grading for white is now very, very white. Not sure what to make of it personally, but it's very white. We'll come back to that bit in a little while. Well, let's go to color, and I want sort of like a, yeah. Let's buy a few of them. Like a primer grey, if you will. Let's get the car all one colour. Helps if I don't have my headlamp on. Of course, in the real world you'd want to dismantle this car and paint it that way, but this is not the real world, this is a game, so I can just attack it with a rattle can out in the street. Having the car all one colour is really going to make it feel a lot better as well. It's going to look like a completely new car. There's our first can gone, which is, that didn't take long at all. Just going to throw it in the corner just now. That's why I bought 4. This side looks less good. Let's get all up over that front windscreen section, the rest of this bonnet or hood if you prefer. The other good thing about doing this is it gives you a uniform kind of look to your car, so you can see if you've missed anything. This is not a necessary process, by the way. You do not have to prime your cars in this game, but I'm not settled on a final colour for this car just yet, so for the time being we'll do it in primer. 2 down, 2 to go. I don't think we'll need all 4, but you never know. There we are. Just the trunk lid to do it here. And then we get to open all of the panels. Is that rust? That is rust. Is that the infamous rust that we've been missing? It might be. Of course, the grey primer kind of colour isn't too dissimilar to the sandblasted colour. What is that it? No, that's not it. But that was it. There's a bit of orange there, and obviously all around the door jambs is still this underspray, if you will. Of course, the car was a bit of an orange colour anyway, which made it a little bit more tricky to see any rust sections. I mean, one surefire way it would be to replace everything. Oh, we've run out of paint. Which is absolutely a possibility. You can strip a car down basically to its floor pan. As long as you've got two parts connected, you can rebuild from there. Finally, this door. There we are. Missed a little touch here. I'm also very conscious of the fact that I forgot to put the back windows in. That is the thing. This car does indeed have back windows. I didn't put them in, so I will put them in between episodes. So don't worry about that. There will be back windows, there's window regulators, and windows that go there, so that when the door's shut, it carries on down. Let's see. Do we still have any rust? Yes. Well, just as one final little sort of look at things, let's pop these side skirts off. Yeah, it's definitely not there. Nothing there. That is a bumper. The door. The door is dead. Just out of interest. I don't have any welding material here, but you can fix it. How interesting. Or you appear to be able to fix it. Okay. I filled the hole. It looks good. I can't see any more gap in there anywhere. Everything looks exactly as it should. I did misclick and weld the middle of the door, so there's that. But I can't see anything else wrong with the door. At all. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm missing something. But we're still only at 4 stars. And obviously the value of the car has gone down. Is there not anything we can put in the boot of this to hide some of this? That's because the colour, basically. Let's have a look at interior here. See if there's anything to go in the trunk. I don't see anything. Let's also have a look at windows, and I'll show you the ones I mean. These windows here belong in the coupe, I believe. Could be wrong, but those, let's go and find out if they even go in. Maybe they don't, maybe they are just for the the other variant of the car. It just seems very unusual. Then that, I did just notice that there isn't a gap there. Last time I did one of these BMWs, there was a gap. You can kind of see it there. It's almost like there's a bit missing. Can't tell if there is a bit missing or not. But there's no other window pieces. Let's have a look through interior just in case there's something. Nothing there. Go to accessories. Every car can take a tow hook, by the way. We're going to buy one of these. And nothing there. Let's check through this. Don't know if it's these, I don't think so. Yeah, no, it would appear not. Let's throw a spoiler on there. It does help if you attach it, but let's try that again. Let's hold on with bolts. Knock the toolbox over. Let's get all the doors and windows, well, the windows, all the doors shut. Let's whip the grinder out, take it over to the bench, and let's have a look at what this new pad is here, and talk about the paint. So I don't know if you can tell, the paint is incredibly dull. It's matte, if you will. And if I come in here, let's see, right there. For example, on top of that wheel, with this, the shine's just not coming through. Possibly down to the colour. In fact, I know what it is. Leave that there. It's because it's raw paint. What I should actually do is put some of this on there. So what I'll do is I'll undo it from this car, but I paint part of this panel like so, or just paint the full area here. You'll see it's got a bit of a shine, not much of one. If we get this out, it goes from this sort of fish-eyed look here to that look. Really brings the paint out. And you can really shine it up, as you can see. Apparently not on these wheels though. Very disappointed. They were nice lovely chrome wheels I got. Maybe it's because maybe they need re-chromed, I don't know. Potentially. We will maybe go and re-chrome them. I'll do that off camera. But you can see there just how much of a difference that makes. Just having that that little bit of buffing on there. So that's a new step altogether that you have to do with these cars. But let's get it taken back off of this one. Just the tiniest little bit of rust there. This little tiny bit, well, this last section of rust is haunting me with this car. Yeah, that's clear coat. Where's the primer? Of course, it actually isn't primer, but for all intents and purposes, it is primer. Let's check one more time and see if that is it. It's not. But on the side note, the car's worth 9,274 with absolutely zero colour condition. Like I said, off camera, I'm going to re-chrome the wheels, and then we're going to get in here and throw a beating heart at this car. Again, between episodes, I will go to the junkyard, get a little bit more money, because we're going to be more than 2,000 on that engine. And I'll probably get rid of all of these parts I have lying around, and just generally tidy the place back up again, because it's a bit of a dump. But that's all I have time for in this episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, and I do apologise about it being a little bit later than usual. I spent all day waiting on the delivery, which has now came, but that's neither here nor there. If you want to know about that, it's I put a thing up on Discord about it, and I'll be back tomorrow with possibly the conclusion of this BMW rebuild. Thank you all very kindly for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.